So the project started about 6 months ago. It's an art project that's been commissioned by the ODA, the Olympic Delivery Authority, but it's funded by Arts Council England. It's a great project where we've converted a narrowboat into a floating cinema, literally. But we don't just do film events, we also do tours, talks, performances, and also bigger screenings for canal-side audiences.
Well, the history of the boat was, it came from Stockton in Warwickshire. And basically it was just a shell. It had the stern cabin and the fore cabin, and that was it. The forward cabin was just a no-go area. We just couldn't get in there, and it was quite dilapidated actually.
When it first arrived, it was very cold winter, was the first time so. Everyone was wearing very thick clothing. This hull was very bare. They had a steel element installed.
The middle section that we've had added last year, basically there was a scaffolding frame on it with just an old tarp over the top. It looked really odd, and we did look quite funny bringing it back, and we were sleeping on it. We had no facilities, no hot water, no toilet, and we were pop-up tents on the deck. And
Three pop-up tents.
Luckily the weather was cold. It was October, cold but fine.
But it was barely painted. Everything was in not a terrible condition, but quite bare. That's really the word I would use, bare condition. So we had to strip a lot of things away, basically, starting from right from the beginning to the structure, and then starting again from there.
Well, my role really was as a restorer, really, and as someone who kind of understands boats, in helping Jay and Maria in kind of realising their design, you know, and building a floating cinema off-grid, you know.
Okay, so there's three main elements to the design of this. The first is the base work. So as Jay was saying, it was in a very bare state, so sort of repainting it, fitting a bathroom and a kitchen, and sort of making it usable and inhabitable.
There's been everything from wiring, the TNG, or the lighting, restoring the floor, which is this beautiful kind of railway sleepers. We've put a loo in at the front, and then the battery system as well, which is, we've got about 440 amp hours of batteries, so 4 leisure batteries. That was quite a challenge to make sure that the power was going to be there. But the rest of it was just lots of elbow grease, getting rid of rust, endless coats of paint, and drilling through this, which is it's like 10 mil in places, you know. It's just so thick. They don't make them like this anymore.
Then the second stage was making this outdoor structure. When the boat arrived, this part was just completely open to the elements. And the main idea behind this is it's actually soft, and it's a kind of contrast to the very kind of hard, crisp, utilitarian nature of the existing boat as a workboat. And then the third part is the interior of the cinema itself. And for that we worked with several small makers, a furniture maker who's made these flip-up seats because it's a very tight space inside there. So to use that sort of flip-up technology, very traditional in cinemas, to fit all those people in. And then we've also got a curtain which has been made by a textile designer, which is smocked, and that sort of pulls away so that when they're on a trip, that you can still see outside. So those are the main parts.
We have a really broad base of customers so far. It's been incredibly popular. We did a series of tours into the Olympic Park. We had probably quite an older audience, I would say like 50, 60 plus, who were just really interested to learn more about the waterways. But then for other sort of open Thursday drop-in events, we've had lots and lots of kids. So it's really been wide and varied.
The future at the end of this community project will be hopefully to appeal to many people as possible. We really want people to start exploring the area, because these waterways are so little known. Obviously with the Olympic Stadium being so close, half a mile away, it is attracting more people to the area.
I think there's limited opportunities to get on the actual water. I think a lot of people, more and more people are using the canals and waterways and the towpaths and bicycling and that kind of thing, but to actually sort of get on the waterways, particularly for free as well, is just an amazing opportunity. That's what people have been saying to us, and they've also been saying that they're going to start using the canals and waterways more, which is great news.
And we'd like to do some sort of natural flora, fauna, conservation, that sort of thing. Local history tours as well. And really it's open to everyone who enjoys the waterways or would like to learn and experience more about the waterways.